Hi guys, good to see you again. Welcome back to the channel. Well, talk about wrong timing, bad timing. I've had hardly any time this week with a lot of work going on, and I haven't had time to film a vlog. And I wanted to carry on the Seascape theme, if you like, and try and get some more groynes. So, as I mentioned last week in the vlog, I've headed to the Norfolk coast to Hunstanton. The only thing is, it's lunchtime, high tide, and as you can imagine, as you can see behind me, it's absolutely packed with holiday makers and what have you. So I'm way out my comfort zone today, but luckily I can just escape a bit. The tide's just making its way out now, so I can escape just off the main concourse there and come down onto the beach. It's quite rocky just here, so there's not too many coming down here, luckily, because I'm rubbish at doing piece to cameras, filming piece to cameras when there's people about, but I don't think they can hear me here, so I'm all right. I'm not too bad. But yeah, carrying on the Seascape groynes. Hunstanton's got some fantastic zigzaggy, well-shaped groynes, so I'm having a go at them. I'm actually finding it a little bit difficult because now the tide's going out. Unlike those groynes at Cleethorpes where they were gappy, I could obviously compose it with a gap and then a start of the groyne, start of the wooden groyne, if you like. Whereas here, the zigzags are all joined, so finding it a little bit difficult to start the composition. You know, it's almost going to start. The groynes are going to lead out the frame as it starts, if you know what I mean. But you'll see what I mean in a minute when I put some images up. But f/22 ISO 100. I've got the 10-stop magnetic K&F concept filter on again, which is doing its job nicely. I'm at about any exposures from 1 minute to 1 minute 45 at the moment because it's really bright, but the 10-stop is doing its job. I'm in bulb. I'm shooting in monochrome again. I didn't really go into my camera settings too much last week, so you can choose monochrome. I usually shoot in the standard frames, the standard picture mode, if you like, so I've switched it down to monochrome. Now, interestingly enough, even when you're shooting on monochrome on the back of the camera, when I upload the images into the camera raw, it still comes up as colour, which is really clever. So I've still got the option of using a colour or a monochrome image, but obviously I think these shots go better in monochrome, so but let me know what you think. I might put a colour version up in a minute of this frame, and let me know what you think in the comments below. But yeah, the tide is going out now. I think I'm going to head further down the coast where there's not so many folk and try and get another groyne. The groynes further south, or further north up the coast are a lot longer. And like I say, it'll be a bit quieter, so I'll be able to do some more piece to cameras and bits and bobs. But anyway, I'll hopefully I've got a good frame of this composition here. I say it's not 100% correct because the subject, the groyne, is starting at the bottom of the frame. There's no gap and then the frame, which is nice for your minimalist frames, if you like. But anyway, I'm blabbering on. I'll pop a few images up now, guys, and I hope you like them. Well, there's a nice, what I think is a jetty marker, sometimes where they launch boats, and there's a triangular shaped steel frame with a beacon frame on the cage on the top of it, and I think it might make quite a nice composition. Now obviously it's about 100 yards, 150 yards out still, so I've had to put the 70 to 200 on, but the only thing is it's quite breezy out here now as I've come out into the open and I've made my way up the coast to them longer groynes. So obviously the wind is blowing about the body a bit. It's catching the 70 to 200 quite a lot, so I've had to bring the exposure down to about 20 seconds. I did try it at an aperture of f22 like I was shooting up there in about 1 minute 30 to try and smooth everything out, but there was quite a lot of wobble. I could see a lot of movement on the back of the screen, so it looks okay at 20 seconds. Obviously you can really see the distinct horizon, but that might be okay. I'm going to go for a square crop thanks to Martin's advice in last week's video. Yeah, it's going to be a square crop. So I'm going to have to clone out the two buoys that you can see, but there's a nice bit of wispy clouds about, so that might come out nice. Might have to just bring them out in post a bit. But yeah, so I'm at 20-second exposure, ISO 100, f16, and yeah, making a nice little bonus as I make my way up to them longer groynes. I'll pop it up now, guys. This is more like it, a lot quieter up here. More my kind of scenes. Still a few folk about, but I can cope with that a bit better, I think. I might have been beaten by the tide, actually. I said these groynes were long, but must be a bit shallower up this end, a bit more, you know, a bit flatter. And see what we can make of them quick. Well, it's really tricky conditions now. As you can see, it's bright as bright can be. The sun's beaming down, all the clouds blown away. There's some nice stormy clouds in the background, but it's not going to make its way this way in time. The tide's receding really quick. I've been going for a square crop on the 16 to 35, but it's proving really difficult. As you can see, really bright, like I just said. I've put the circular polarizer on to try and get rid of all the shine, all the sheen off the surface of the water, get rid of all the reflection, but I've got some real big strong shadows as well, so it's not really helping with the monochrome minimalist look, if you like. I've taken several different compositions, but none that I'm really happy with, I don't think. I love the shape of these zigzag groynes, but it's getting a gap at the base of the frame to lead your composition off that I'm really struggling with. There was one groyne where there was just the uprights and the main plank, if you like, was missing, so I could start the frame, compose the frame with a nice gap and then the first bit of groyne, but so much shine and reflection, I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. But anyway, I think I'm going to put the 70 to 200 back on and stand well back and try and focus on the mainstay of the tide itself that's coming in, to make sure that I don't get any sand, any smooth sand in the frame or anything. So that's what I'm going to try now, but meanwhile, hopefully one of these frames that I've taken should look okay, and I'll pop it up now. Well, I've just gone for a composition straight down the groin with the 70-200, and it's 80% there. I'm quite happy with it. Again, it's just the base of the frame where the groin's already there. There's no gap, if you like, before the start of the groin, which I'm really struggling with. It's really annoying me. But I have just noticed that in the next 5 or 10 minutes there's going to be a nice gap, so I'll have water or seawater and then an upright of a groin. So I'll pop this frame up now that I've just taken on the 70-200, and then I'm going to angle myself round and go for that composition, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be happy. Well, I'm not too sure if that frame did work. I might be being a bit overcritical because I came here wanting that, you know, that perfect frame that we always do, and it never quite always goes according to plan, does it? But I'll pop it up in a minute, and do let me know what you think. Say, I might be being a bit overcritical. I have taken several different compositions, and I've got some nice frames that I'm happy with, but just not that top-notch frame, you know, that keeper, if you like. But this place owes me one, so I'm going to have to come back and have a second attempt at it, I think. These zigzaggy shaped groins are really challenging to get the composition right, you know, to start off with nothing, then a bit of groin, and then leading your eye off. Whereas 9 times out of 10, all the frames that I'm going to be putting up to show you in a minute, they've got the groin at the edge of the frame leading straight in, you know, and I'm not sure I like that, but I say I might be being overcritical. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments below. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I've certainly enjoyed it. And it's definitely time to go home and have a cold beer now, I think. Never mind a coffee or tea today. I do feel a bit of a wally in my cargo trousers and my waterproof boots when everyone else is in shorts and flip-flops. But anyway, you never know, you've got to come prepared. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you could remember to give it a like, that'd be much appreciated. And do consider subscribing yet if you haven't yet to see more of the same content. And yeah, from a sunny Hunstanton, it's Home James. I'll pop a load of frames up now, guys. Thanks for watching, take care, catch up next week. See you later.